I know it probably looks weird, but I'm so sick of my glasses steaming up while I'm trying to vlog that I'm just going to do it blind. I can see where the camera is. It's around there somewhere. I don't need eyes to do the vlog. But it's so frustrating. This is the 10th time I've tried to record and I'll be chatting away and suddenly it'll all steam up. The heat is driving me nuts. I can't believe how out of sorts I've been this week. I think everyone's on holiday and off and there's nothing really going on, so I'm kind of just at work fumbling around doing little bits and bobs, just losing my mind. And then I come home and luckily the kids are off and my mum's visiting, so that's been really nice. They're really chilled out, but it means that because I know they're all at home and they're all getting on with stuff, it's just, I don't know, it's making a difference. When they're at their other nans or nursery or wherever, it's not a problem, but they're at home and I know that my mum's visiting, so I'm like, I want to be there. I want to be hanging out with them. Like, that'd be really cool, but I'm not. I'm at work and everything's just, I think it's because I'm slightly under the weather. I mentioned on Twitter yesterday, I've got a headache and I'm just feeling a little bit out of it. But yeah, I don't want to be whinge. That's another reason why I think it's taken me 10 attempts to get going, because I've just been sat here going, rah, 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 and I don't want this to be all negative. Someone told me on Twitter the other day that I was too bitter, and I blocked them, which is a bit megalomaniacal. But I was just like, I'm not here for your nonsense. They've been chipping at me for a couple of months. The first time I've ever had a troll. I don't know if I mentioned that before. I've never really had someone troll me properly, but this guy just kept every now and again just poking at me, and I just thought, get out of here. So yeah, but do you know what? It's been playing on my mind a little bit that they're kind of right. Like, I think it's justifiable. You know, I'm not whinged without reason or whatever, but they're right, and I hate it. I hate being a whinge bag, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because I'm tired. I think it's just I'm at the end of my kind of limit. I haven't had a break in ages. I've lost track of when and what I said, but the last time I had a break was when we went to America. I had a little time off over Easter, but not much. And when we went to America, it wasn't a break. So I've kind of done 2 years, maybe even 3 years without a holiday. So the fact that I've got this time off coming up is so exciting. We were planning on doing the 2 days each thing where we talk, you know, we said about everyone pick 2 days of what to do. We've kind of ended up having to butcher that for various reasons. Number one being that most of the money we had saved for it ended up going on paying for the extra childcare for Ollie when he was doing half days. So that cost so much money. It's ridiculous how much that cost to do. We have to do that again in September, and I'm like, ugh. But yeah, it was worth it because it made a huge difference, and the lady that was looking after him was really good. But it means that we've gone from Legoland, Harry Potter World, and finding a big aquarium and doing lots of other parks. We were thinking of Poltons and stuff like that. Now we've gone from Legoland to a Lego Discovery place next to Birmingham Aquarium. So we're doing a 2-day thing there where we stay overnight. We're going to go to the aquarium, I think, on the first day, whatever day that ends up being. Do all the kind of the cool stuff there. Stay in a hotel overnight and then go to the Lego Discovery Day the next day. We looked at Legoland Windsor and it was like going to cost us something like 150 quid, because there's 4 of us and Ben, so it wasn't maybe as much as that. It was close, and that was then to just go as normal in the holidays, peak queue time, end up queuing for every ride and taking forever. So we looked at the queue passes, which were like 25 quid each. So I thought, again, that makes it 200 and something. And then it was saying, like, we were debating whether to stay down there or whether to drive there and back. And after a while, I just sort of said to Claire, the idea of making Ollie queue for that long seems mad. Like, he's not going to enjoy queuing. It's going to be me and Ollie and Emily queuing while Claire and Ben stay out, and then me and Claire swapping. So we're never going to go on a ride together unless it's a really baby ride. So I was like, why are we spending this much? Like, at least when we went to Disney, Claire's mum was there and could look after the people who didn't want to go on the ride, and we alternated quite a lot. But I kind of, once I pointed that out, we realised that theme parks are probably not our thing yet. We need to get to a point where Ben's old enough to come on all the rides, and maybe Ollie's a bit more prepared. But I know that this is all part and parcel of teaching him to be ready for it, but I kind of just thought peak season seems like a bad time. I don't know. When we went to Disney, I don't think it was peak season for them. I mean, it's always busy there, but we had the fast passes. You kind of book your rides, and I know you can do that on the queue passes, but it was just too much. The Lego Discovery place looks quite cool though. It's got a couple of rides. It's got things to do. I figured what we'll do is we'll go to the Sea Life Centre in the like midday, come back, chill out, go to a hotel, stay overnight, next day relax, have a look around Birmingham, and then go to the Lego thing, and it should just be a chilled out 2 days. We're still doing Harry Potter World. I can't wait for that. We kind of booked and paid for that before the half day thing came about, so that was all done and dusted. And I think if I'd learned anything, it's next year, let's just pay for everything the moment we want to do it, and then the universe won't sting us for waiting, which it did this time. I feel like I mentioned about the guy calling me bitter playing on my mind. I've been plagued. I was in my break reading LinkedIn, and some idiot, you get these things, some idiot posted this thing, habits of successful people versus unsuccessful people. And I was reading through it, and I know they're designed to make you go, oh, I need to try harder. And he was probably shilling a book or something. But when I read the list of things unsuccessful people do, I was like, oh my God. It's just like, it's basically me. And I was telling Claire about it on my way home, and then it's just been eating away at my mind. And I thought to myself, one of the thing that was eating me was successful people plan and unsuccessful people don't. And they have goals, and they plan how to reach those goals, and they build that into steps and so on. So all this stuff that I know, I've read Tim Ferriss books before, I know all these things, but I don't do it. And I thought, my God. So I've been talking to her about planning to actually properly treat writing as a serious thing. Saying I want to reach a certain point. At the moment, I'm making up time scales. Like I want to get to 40 and be a full-time writer, or I want to have done this by this point. And I feel like I've got somewhere. I've cracked a bit of a nut with kind of what was bothering me with that. I think the fact that it's been so quiet at work has started making me realise that like there's other things I want to be doing and whatever. And it's what I mentioned before about when there's problems solved and there's nothing in the way, other things start popping up, and I start trying to solve those problems. I think I've hit that sheepdog conundrum again, and I'm just like, I need other things to come up. I need to be busy thinking about other stuff, because I like problem solving essentially, and the problem solving of these stupid glasses just turning to steam every time I wear them. I've solved it. Job done. I'm going to be recording blind from now on until I'm done, unless people tell me it's too freaky, and then I have to start wearing sunglasses that don't steam up. That might be why YouTubers wear sunglasses. I've cracked it. I have sunglasses. I may have to become a proper YouTuber and wear them. But yeah, I'm waffling a little bit, but I do feel like that's made me feel a bit better, realising that if I start looking at why I'm doing stuff, the point of me doing them, then I might get some answers as to how to achieve that. Obviously, one of those things is this. Even doing the videos and thinking all I'm doing is rabbiting on, I think, I enjoy doing it. I enjoy laying down kind of what's happening, talking about my ideas. It helps me straighten out my thoughts. I feel like I repeat myself a lot by saying that. It does really help me straighten out my thoughts. But yeah, it's interesting that I started, because I hadn't written for like 2 months, and I started tapping away at it again. I thought I'd hit a problem with what I was writing, and then I overcame it, and then I thought I'd hit another issue with it that didn't work, and then I overcame that. I started toying with learning to draw so I could turn it into a comic instead of a book, because part of me feels like it would be more fun that way, but I can't draw for toffee, and I don't really want to start bringing on artists and trying to get people to draw it on my behalf, because it just seems like it seems like I'd be really frustrated if I did that. I need to be just controlling the world and the universe until I'm done with it. If I write it and it's finished and it's there, and then I feel like it's ready, and probably be quite easy to get someone to draw it in that, because then the timescales are on them. But I feel like I need to just get it done as a book first and then be done with it. Other than that, there's not really been that much going on. I've almost cracked birthday wish list stuff. My mum's bought me, basically I made a birthday wish list, and my mum bought everything on it, and that's all arrived. It's in various boxes I'm not allowed to open, even though she hasn't even wrapped them, bless her. They've just arrived unwrapped. I know that the lamp I ordered for vlogging is down there. My laptop tray's in the other room. The board game I ordered hasn't arrived yet. But I was talking to Claire, and someone I know suggested I try CBD tablets for chilling me out, because I've been quite tense. My shoulders especially are ridiculously tense. I think the whole ordeal with Ollie and school has got to me. I think just me being very highly strung has got to me. And somebody just said to me, if you tried this, it will definitely make you feel better. So I've ordered... Holland & Barrett's had like a buy one get one half price jobby on them, so I've ordered 2 sort of pots, And I'm hoping that'll take the edge off. I'm hoping that'll make a difference. If you suddenly see me much more chilled out, just, you know, flying by the seat of my pants on videos or whatever, then you know that it's had the desired success. And hopefully I can unblock that fella, because he'll suddenly realise I'm not bitter, and I'm just very highly strung. But I know I'm lame. I know I shouldn't let things get to me, and I shouldn't even be bringing them up. But yeah, I just thought that's interesting. That's something that I'll see how it goes. I'll do a proper video on it when it arrived, because it'll be interesting. I know my dad had to take something similar for pain in his knee, I think it was, and he said it really helped. My friend who's been taking them said it's absolutely calmed them and made them feel very chilled out, and you know, they were just like, it's the best thing they've ever bought. So I got the same brand. I'm hoping that it'll do the same thing. I'm quite a bit bigger than them, so I'm thinking I may end up having to take more of it, which could end up being another expense that I don't particularly need. But if it takes the edge off, that would be great. Somebody suggested that it might be good for Ollie, but I feel very wary of letting a child take stuff like that. I wouldn't do that without getting medical advice. But I think I mentioned it on here, and some people here said about it. I don't think he needs it. He's very, you know, normal sort of energy levels. He's not uncontrollable or anything like that. But it was interesting talking to people, because I was like, yeah, it's quite common. And I'm thinking, yeah, no, I'm okay. I did chat to Claire about whether, because her job's much more intense than mine, whether she might fancy trying it. She got all worried and was like, do you think I need them? And I said, no. I'm just saying, if it helps me, could help her. We'll see what happens. Could end up replacing all of these childcare bills with that, and end up with just a massive CBD bill. I always worry I'm saying it wrong. It's some sort of letters along CBD. It's basically the legal part of marijuana, I think, if I understand it correctly. Anyway, I am going to wrap up, because weirdly, and part of the reason I need to wear glasses, because I can still see, but I feel dizzy as hell without them on, and I'm starting to get vertigo. I don't know why. The room's starting to just move a little bit. It doesn't normally get that bad, but I'm just not used to not having them on and being awake. Obviously, I don't wear them in my sleep. So I'm going to wrap up, but I know this has probably been a little bit of a negative video. Everything is all right. I'm okay. I'm happy. It's just been one of those weeks, and the headache has just not gone, and I really, really, really want to be off. I want to be on my holiday. I asked for my press pass to EGX earlier, so I'm excited about that. I also started the process of filling out so that we can apply to do a fringe panel there again, which will be exciting if we get to do that. Started looking at other events that are coming up. I don't know if I'm going to go to Comic-Con and stuff like that, because it's right after EGX and money again. But no, I feel like I'm starting to solve my conundrum, and I feel like that'll get a load off my back. And I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel for having a rest. So I'm really hoping that within the next 3 weeks I'll be a completely different person from just having a break, which would be nice. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope everything's all right with you lot. Let me know how you're getting on in the comments. Let's have a chat. You know, they're open. I always read them and comment. Actually, I say that. I think I didn't comment on on Sunday, and if I didn't, I'm sorry. But I normally do comment. So if you want to chat, go for it. I'll see you there. Cheers.